Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell in the upper right-hand corner. Follow me on all forms of social media. Check me out at thatdrummerguy.com and enjoy the following presentation. Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Hi, how's it going?
I'm good. Thank you.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you very much for taking time to do this interview.
Oh, it's okay. Thank you guys.
So, with that, how did the writing process begin for the new album?
Sorry? I don't hear. I can't hear you, man.
Oh, sorry. I was saying, with that, how did the writing process begin for The Burning Cold?
The writing process, well, it was a kind of like a similar thing that has happened before with the previous albums. I think it's always like that when we write a new album and then we go on tour. Then we have this like feeling to record something new, and then we start to think about new riffs and stuff like that. So like 1.5 years ago, we started to have these ideas about Burning Cold, and from that it just went naturally, basically. Like with these past maybe 1.5 and 2 years, we had these new songs to record that would define OG in a new way, so we did it.
Oh, I was just saying that I really appreciate what's going on with this album. You know, just the heavy moments being so heavy and the melodic moments being so melodic, and it just keeps getting perfected with every album.
Yeah. So, well, in a way, it's a continuous process for us. You know, we really like to make. We know that we are not like inventing anything new, but we are perfecting something that already is there. So we want to make people like in death metal melodic scene like really happy, and we like to offer some people who wants to experience something new besides that genre. And it's just we like this kind of music, and we like to make the combination of of all the different kinds of genres that we hold dear. So maybe Burning Cold is maybe something like a new thing for us, but still like, continuing what we have been doing for years and years now. And I think it's really hard to say with these new songs, especially with the fact that the whole thing that will be playing them live is ahead of us. So it's really, really hard to say at this point. We love these new songs, but it's really hard to say what kind of reactions we're gonna have with the crowds around the world. And it's gonna be fucking awesome in a way, because for the first time, for me especially, I'm kind of like interested and kind of like excited about the new record. I haven't been excited about the new record since 2008 or something. So this is really, really something.
So, with that, what sparked your energy in being excited for a brand new album? In since it being the first new album that you've been excited about in almost a decade.
Well, it's the fact that we love to tour, and we love to keep the death metal scene alive with us touring and our fellow bands touring, and all the people are doing the hard work. It's the one thing that really interested me, because I'm not the youngest of guys anymore, so the youngest of guys anymore. So I have to think about the future. So this is the way I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna make the best melodic death metal album that I can with these awesome guys that I have the privilege to work with, and then we're gonna see what happens. And now we're gonna see what happens.
Well, I can definitely say it from my perspective. I mean, the more that I've gotten to listen to this album, and of course with it coming out on the 31st now, I can easily say it's my favorite melodic death metal album of the year, if not my favorite Omnium Gatherum album of
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it just captures everything that I love about the band, but still being able to progress. I mean, everything from the production to the songwriting to the new use of melodic moments that are going through there, and it's so great. It just captures so much of what I've loved about the band.
Thank you, man. You know, this is the one thing that we have really tried to come at ease with ourselves. You know, we have been making this kind of music for years and years and years, and this time with me and Marcus as I'm the lyrics man and he's the main composer, and we just decided, we're gonna do something that excited us like maybe 15-20 years ago, and we're gonna respect all the things that is Omnium Gatherum, and we're gonna make this thing work together. We're gonna we're gonna have a stew with it, with this thing that we love and this thing that we used to love. We're gonna make the best damn songs possible.
Yeah, and it's amazing to be able to hear that mindset. I mean, especially with how long the band has been together. I mean, the fact that after all this time, you're just getting this much excitement about what's going on and making sure that this brand new album is the best that you could possibly make it. And not just saying that just to be able to sell records, but to actually mean it as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way that that like every individual thinks about it. If you sell a lot of records, that's a good thing, with the spreading wise. But if you think about the fact that we have this one try in a way, no matter what people believe, but this is the thing. If we wanna represent the best of us, we're gonna do it now, not later.
Oh, absolutely. So with all of that in mind, I mean, going in with that mindset of making the best possible album, how did you approach things when it came into the lyrical content?
Well, for me, it's like a continuous program that's been going on for like maybe for like 20 years. It started with my previous band. When I was like maybe 18 years old or something, I started to think of something of like this, this thing that we're thrown into this life. And with OG back in 2006, I am very proud to represent the heritage that Antti Filppo, with his really, really thoughtful lyrics, set up for OG with 2 albums, Series and August Light and Years in Waste. So I'm really happy to be able to have my own set of words, in a sense, in this really, really important stuff. I've been doing it for years, like maybe 10 years, 12 years from now, but I always think about where do you come from, and where are the people that you care about, and when you ask those things that you have to create something new, then you ask what are the things that came before me, not in the sense that people that came before me, but in the sense that the ideas that came before me, that came my following structures. So I would say that the Burning Cold is some kind of a combination of those kind of ideas and a hell lot of more, if I would say. With the Burning Cold has so much stuff, including people inside and people doing with the outside world with intentions and stuff. So I'm sorry if I'm really answering the first question here, but this is the thing that I would consume to be the really important part of the burning coal, to forge people understand that no matter how angry you are always entitled to that one holy place of forgiveness, in a way. Do I make any sense?
Oh, absolutely. And, I've always gotten that impression over the years. It's just like I've always admired your lyrical content when it's come into Omnium Gatherum, and it's great to be able to see that continuation that's going on with the Burning Cold. I mean, the more that I listen to the album, the more that I'm able to hear the lyrics and see how they fit with the title and how they fit with the music, and it's just this great overall sense that I really enjoy hearing.
Thank you, man.
Oh, not a problem. So, with that, I mean, where did the idea come from to call the album The Burning Cold?
Well, it was, it's just the sense of the world, people are feeling globally, like, with this kind of information overflow and stuff, like, we're burning, but, at the same time, people are, like, questioning things, which refers to this, like, chilling effect, which is cold. So, the title is, take it fucking easy, man. It might be burning, it might be cold, but, it's a real realization where you are yourself that defines the whole of the world. This is the main division, the main thing of burning coal.
Yeah, and it's just I've gotten that impression when I was listening through the album and really dissecting the lyrics that were going on with it, and it is such a great message. And just like you mentioned before, I mean, there is so much information out there. There is so much to be angry about. There's so much to discover, but
Yes.
It's also important to be able to relax and just be able to take everything as you can and not push yourself too much when there is so much to be angry and so much that's going on.
Yeah, because in that direction, you just like overwhelm yourself and become one of the pawns, and no one wants to be one of the pawns.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you want to be able to have your own individualism, and you want to be able to make your own difference, whatever that is. And, it's just, it is so important like that. And it's so great to be able to
That's
see you
why
cover
it's called
that.
the burning coal, because, there's a lot of difference going on, like in for people inside and on the outside, it's really hard in these times to be able to be true to yourself and to be able to understand those different kinds of variations that are so evident today.
Yeah, and that's what I also really appreciate about the track listing that's going on with the album as well, because it starts off with the burning, this great intro track that goes into Gods Go First, which is the first single, but, it's just like, it goes through all these different emotions throughout the entire album, ending with the song Cold, which almost kind of brings things back to the beginning as well, but full-fledged as well, and just that a reminder of taking things easy.
Yeah, exactly, because, the cold is something that, it's cold, but, it's like something that you go in a freezing pool, then it's cold, and, and you go to India to travel, and then you go to a party when you walk through the fire, and this is the kind of, like, I'm trying to say, like, in perspective, what is the real connection between, like, burning with the cold or being so cold that it burns? And I'm trying to I'm not trying to wake up anyone. Everyone's awake already, so but I'm trying to say, what the fuck is so what is the thing that annoys you so much that you cannot control yourself anymore? This is the thing I'm asking with this album.
Yeah, and, again, it's just, I love the message of that, and, like, even though I don't have that much anger that's going on in the world right now, I can deeply understand what's going on, because you can see it throughout the rest of the world, like, all the anger that's going on there, and, just losing sight of what life really can be about, so I think it's very important to ask those questions and to remind people that it doesn't just need to be anger.
No, it is, we are doing this thing because of the people everywhere. You know, we are doing this for ourselves in this like condition that is forever within us. You know, we live as long as we live, and we try to make the perfect combination for people to understand and to be able to have a connection with the most weird people that they can muster. Because you know that is if you meet weird people, then you can really understand something about yourself.
Oh, very.
And weird people, with the weird people, I mean like every unknown people that you meet. I'm not trying to be a rebel, you know. I'm not trying to divert war or anything. I'm just with burning cold. I'm talking about the tragedy of war. But you know, we with the 7 billion of us here on this planet, we decide what we war on, what we make possible, and what we dream of. So for one person or one band, it's not so hard to explain everything. But with the burning cold, we're trying to make people understand that this thing that is like burning you, and it's at the same time it's really cold. This is the thing that like teaches something. I don't know what it is, but something like with this pain and with this pleasure we can be taught. I don't know what it means, but you know, I feel really excited about this album and this message.
Yeah, and that's why I'm so happy to be able to talk about it as well, because again, from the repeated listens to the album, I started to slowly get that message, and now being able to talk to you, you know, just getting that full idea of what was going on with this album, I just have even that much more appreciation for the album. So the next time that I sit down with the Burning Cold and being able to have all of that mindset that's going in, I'm gonna be able to appreciate it that much more.
Yeah, but you know, the fact of the matter is, it is a weird thing for me, I would say, like in this kind of process, that how the things that I think personally, and the things that I would like to bring into the album. It is a different thing, you know, and that is the real like challenge, because you know, for me, this is an old album. For all the listeners, this is a new album. But you know, for me, when I listen to this, I think, you know, what can I do more and what can I do less? You know, I go on with these songs, and I think I could have said this thing better, maybe. But you know, that's just like a past reference, so it doesn't matter. So it is really important for the artist and the people who chooses to listen it to have this kind of like possibility to be able to talk about these kind of like changes. And I really like the crowds today. You know, we've been around all around the world, and after that, you know, I've been able to talk about these kinds of things with many people. And I think this is a really good thing that is changing through like, if you compare it to the 70s or the 80s or something, you know, they were like the celebrities that say something, but nowadays the celebrities, you know, like, you know what I mean, they meet the people and they have real conversations about the subjects, and this is the thing that really counts, and this is the thing that we have to be really aware, and this is the thing that I think we should, like, you know, every one of us should promote more.
Yeah, and I could not agree more with that, and that's why I do appreciate the fact that you have done that with this album, and, you know, you've continued to do this over the years with Omnium Gatherum. You know, it's just like, it can be taken from any way of, like, a celebrityism, you know, just like you were talking about, like being able to have a message and have people listen to that message, and I love the positive message that you're trying to spread with this, and, you know, around the world, especially when it comes into someone that can appreciate something like Omnium Gatherum, I imagine that there are so many people that have that kind of mindset of just being able to just try to relax and enjoy what's around you rather than just constantly being angry all the time. And that's what always drew me to the band.
Yeah, thank you. That is really like one of the premises that we like to, there's nothing wrong about being angry. We're angry all the time.
Oh, yes.
With like different kinds of things. But, the thing, if you take that kind of like mindset and put it to use and use it against others, then it's kind of like fucked up. And this is kind of like there's no secret message about it, but there's kind of a secret message. We're kind of like against, like, we like anger, but we don't like that kind of anger that makes people unhappy in the long run. That kind of like a sleazy you have a kind of like idea behind it. If you're angry, but if you have like kind of idea about it, then you can like just like plan it ahead like for like years and years. And this is what we do not like at all. So we're speaking against it. Like in Refining Fire, that is a new video that is coming tomorrow. We're speaking in the lyrics. It says, "From sunrise to sunrise, our love reigns supreme, mightier than any tide, any time." So this is the kind of thing that we're trying to convey with our music.
And that makes me so happy to hear that as well, that Refining Fire is going to be getting released as a single, because that was one of my favorite songs on the album, and I was curious to see if there was going to be another single, and I thought that would have been such a great choice, and, just for the quote that you just gave for it as well.
It's going to be a really, really weird river it's going to be a really weird video with river and some close-ups and some just headbanging and stuff like. But it's going to be different from God's Go First, because God's Go First was a video that was like really like we're gonna headbang here and we're gonna and Refining Fire is gonna be Refining Fire in a way, because it's gonna be like we're standing there and this is it, and this is the river and this is the fire. So it's gonna be a really good premiere for the second attraction from the Burning Cold.
Oh, that just makes me so happy to hear that too. I mean, throughout the entire album, there's so many great choices that could have been used as representations as singles, and it's great to see that the beginning of the album is getting that treatment, and with different variations of what is on this album too, because Gods Go First and Refining Fire are two very different songs, but then when you go through the rest of the album, there's so many different layers that are going on there. The Fearless Entity is so much different than everything else that's going on there, the front line, and just ending with that mammoth song Cold, just bringing everything back around.
I love Cold. It's one of my I just love the song. It was one of my favorite. It was just like we were talking with Marcus of the beginning and the ending of the album, and we were talking about I was saying that I have this this garden idea. It's going for the closing up, for the lyrical content of the album, and he was like, I have this this thing that would go for the beginning and maybe for the end, and then it's just it's maybe a year ago, and then we just send messages, and then we're we're gonna do this. It was beautiful, and this was the thing that just started for the intro and the outro for the album, and I would say it's only an intro because Cold is an individual song, so it's not the outro.
Yeah, that was the impression I got with it. It kind of harkens back to the beginning, but it also makes things fully fleshed out, and you get to hear more of that. And I think it's just an amazing closer, and it's another reason to be able to check out the album from beginning to finish to see how it all comes together the way that it does.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Oh, of course. So, with that as well, I mean, it was awesome to see that you were able to get one of my personal heroes, Dan Swano, to be able to help with this record again. What was it like to get his touch on another Omnium Gatherum album?
Well, Donnie has always been like, he's always said that, you know, he's like, he's been a fan of our music for like, for a decade, so he's been saying that, you know, if you do a new album, I can do the mixings and you know, this is the guy that we grew up listening to with different kinds of bands and stuff. So we have had Teemu Aalto as our recording engineer and Dan Svana. But Donnie is like kind of guy, you know, we have this dialogue going on. He suggests something and we say another thing, and sometimes we suggest something and he says another thing, and we've been doing this thing together so long, so it's really hard to say what is the thing that kicks. But I would say, like, you know, our past records and this new coming is the thing that would speak for our mutual cooperation in a positive way.
Oh, it's great to hear that too. You know, it's just like, it's such a great combination. I mean, considering the body of work that he was known for before he even started working with Omnium Gatherum, and just getting his mixing touches with what you do with Omnium Gatherum. I mean, it's such a great combination that just hits everything that I love about both sides.
We try to make metal. This is the one of the main reasons why we do this thing. You know, we try to make this metal that goes forward, like in every way. Not just like, you know, we are the most inventive band in the melodic death metal scene. No, that's not it. We want to make metal to be proud of what it is in a way, you know. And we want to be a part of it in that sense that, you know, if you consider the Burning Cold as an album for 2018, I would like to be I would be the one to say that, you know, compare this any pop album or anything, and say, like, you know, metal is worth it. And this is one of the things that we are really proud of. You know, we have made like I'm not saying that, you know, metal is bad, but, you know, we have made something that is enjoyable for different kinds of crowds. And this is really important at this moment, because, you know, it's gonna be a hell of a lot worse in the future, so we have to hold on together. And this is what Burning Cold is saying. We have to be able to be together, and not to fucking fuck up things, like, you know.
Oh, I completely get it. Yeah, I mean, that is so important, because we are capable of messing things up so much, and we really have. I mean, in the human race, we really have messed up a lot of things, but there is still that possibility of being able to make the changes for the better, and a lot of it can just come from coming together.
Yeah. This is the you know, like, we are talking to each other, two complete strangers. This is, you know, with this kind of like, I'm not talking about, you know, we're talking about Burning Cold and stuff, like, you know, people coming together. You know, it's really hard. But, you know, fuck it. It's like a fucking American Ninja Warrior. It's a hard race, but you gotta do it, mother. You gotta do it.
Oh, absolutely. And when you do complete that, for example, you know, just like American Ninja Warrior, I mean, when you're able to complete that whole course, I mean, the feeling of knowing that you were able to complete it is such a great feeling.
Yeah, that is the really, really good feeling that like compiles us and makes us, like, you know, makes us care about another human being. And this is like with the Burning Cold, I say, like, with the positive and negative things, you know, you have to be fucking alert with these things, and you have to be, like, you know, there are people that are towards you and there are people that are against you, but you know, you decide what you do. You know, you decide what you do. This is the secret message on this album.
And it's a fantastic message as well. And just like I mentioned earlier, knowing even more about this and knowing that my suspicions about the album are even more correct about it, it's giving me so much more of an appreciation for the album and the fact that the entire band was willing to make this kind of message in 2018.
Of course, you know, we love to tour and we love to spread this message. You know, not like, you know, we are not the Messiah. You know, nobody's the Messiah, but, you know, we love this kind of thing that people are enjoying our music and we are able to play this thing alive. So this is good. This is good, and you know, stop fighting, motherfuckers, and start listening. This is the thing that we're trying to say.
And it's a message that I can so very much get behind. And again, you know, just like I just said, that's why I appreciate the fact that you're willing to do this in 2018 when there is so much conflict and anger that's going on. And I'm glad that you're also able to spread this message as well. I mean, coming back here to North America on such an amazing tour that's going to be coming up very, very soon with, you know, 4 incredible bands.
An amazing tour with amazing people, and you know, with these kinds of bands that are really with this kind of message, you know, with their own way. They are, you know, I'm not gonna say that, you know, these people promote the things that we are promoting, but, you know, these guys with the Amorphis, that Tranquillity and Moonspell are OG. I think it's gonna be a fucking assault against all the horrific things that's going on in the world.
And it's such a great message that really needs to be out there too. And yeah, just like you said, you know, it's just like it's 4 very different bands, but they're all connected in a way that just makes sense to be able to go together. You know, even if you just look at it from a musical standpoint, you don't even think about the lyrical content. I mean, there's so much to appreciate with all these different kinds of heavy bands with these great melodic moments. And then when you dig into the lyrical content, you know, it's like some of it's very drastically different, but it all connects together and it all makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, people have, like, you know, the people that write the lyrics or the music have the right to achieve them in every way they can. But you know, it is really interesting to see that there is something like, you know, there's something like kind of like a membership in a way. You know, they have their own things to say, but you know, it is really, really, I don't know how could I describe it, but it's really, really something that is important for all the community, the metal community. And I'm not saying like the metal community is the one that should accept or say that it is important, but for all of us, you know, we have a kind of like a, how could I say, we have a responsibility to say these things loud, and when we can say them through like death metal, it is really, really strong.
Yeah, I completely agree. And you know, again, that is the great thing about metal, and you know, the subgenres of melodic death metal, for example. You know, just you know, being able to have all these different ways of being able to perform and the lyrical content and everything. It's different, but it's also something that can bring people together, because you know, there are a lot of people out there that want to be able to enjoy different kind of things, and when you're able to, you know, group them together, you know, just for example, like the upcoming tour that's coming up, 4 very different bands, but being able to celebrate this 4 different styles of music together.
It's gonna be a hell of a party with us.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's why I'm so excited it's going to be coming here to Minnesota. It's just going to be a great night of forgetting the outside world and just enjoying 4 bands putting on some killer sets. And that's going to be great to be able to see that through the whole tour.
We're going to decide what we're going to do on that night, and we're going to have some fun.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, it's great to be able to see that that's going to be happening throughout the whole tour, you know, and of course, being able to spread that great positive message that is going on with the Burning Cold. I mean, just like I said in the beginning, I mean, this is my favorite melodic death metal album of 2018, if not my favorite Omnium Gatherum album so far, and I just can't wait to see what's going to be represented live, how it's going to be fitting together into the set list that's going to be going on there, and just seeing where you guys are at now in 2018.
Yeah, we're going to be having so much fun with the headbanging and with the new songs, so it's going to be great.
Oh, awesome. And with that note, I think that's a great note to end on, and thank you so very much for taking all this time to be able to talk to me, and of course, talk about the brand new album from Omnium Gatherum, The Burning Cold, which is coming out the 31st of August, and of course, checking out the brand new single, Refining Fire, which is going to be coming out tomorrow. I can't wait to be able to wake up and check that out. And
yeah, it's going to be a real loads of fun.
Yeah, and you know, it was just amazing to be able to talk to you, get your insights into not just the new album, not just Omnium Gatherum, but the state of the world right now, what we can do, even if it's just a small little bit, just little things that is able to make us live better lives.
Yes. And to be happy and to be able to enjoy the metal things or the other things that we enjoy in life in general. This is the thing that we are aspiring to and we want to do, because otherwise it will be total chaos.